Thank you very much, Doug. Don't make fun of the Miss Universe pageant. It's just not a bad gig. It's not that bad. You know, and it was so close. It's funny, you brought up a memory. I think it was Miss Russia, whatever they were. You know, there's one of those countries. And she walked by me, and I had to go to the microphone. And it almost became an incident that would have been played on TV forever. I stepped on the back of her gown. And she went like this, and it just miraculously slid underneath my foot, and I just went, oh my gosh, that could have, because it's live TV. That would have been the worst thing that could have, it would have been awful. But like a lot of passes that I threw that were really bad that should have been intercepted, every once in a while the defender drops them, and that was one of those times where I got away with it. But thank you, Doug, that was nice. So you're the local guy here in town. You do the TV bit. I appreciate it. You got great TV hair, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks good.
Never moves.
It never moves. I hear that. And people don't know. I got here today. Doug is the one responsible for it. Here's how it happened. About 2 months ago, he called my agent, called me, wanted to know if I'd come up here and say a few words to everybody today. I said I'd love to. So we got everything straight, got the date, the time, how I'm coming up to Rochester. Don't worry, got it taken care of. Well, the next day he calls me again to go over the logistics one more time. I said, Doug, don't worry. I've done this before in my life. I played 15 years in the NFL. I was never late one single time for a meeting in my career because I wasn't giving up that money. That's why, because that's all they do is fine you. So, you know, another day goes by. I come home. I got 2 messages on my phone. It's from Doug. I made the mistake of giving him my fax number. He's faxing me sheets. Phil, don't forget, do this, do this. You know, it's on and on. I'd come back from a road trip. You know, I'm gone for 4 days. Businessmen in here, you all know what it's like. You come in, you look at that phone, it says you have 20 messages. You go, oh my God, 20? Well, 10 of them are from Doug. So you get where I'm going here, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I never met Doug in my life, and you know how it is when you meet somebody for the first time and you shake their hand, you get that first impression? Well, today we met, we shook hands, I looked him in the eye and I thought, boy, what a pain in the ass you are. See, you guys understand, you relate. So they really do watch you at night. I like that, that's good. Got a big following, it's always good, you know. But let's see, last year you had Lou Holtz. Everybody keeps telling me about Lou Holtz. Hey, he was great. Oh, thanks, I'm glad to hear that. You know, it's like following Vince Lombardi. It's about the quarterback that follows Brett Favre. Good luck. You know, yeah, they'll really like you a lot. But you know, before I get going, and as I talk today, Lou Holtz, I've had a few experiences with him. I've heard him talk. He is tremendous. I was sitting at a table with about 10 people once at the Heisman Trophy dinner, and Lou Holtz was going to be the speaker. He's coaching at Notre Dame at the time. And I tell everybody, you know, Lou Holtz is speaking. They go, oh, Christ, Lou Holtz, you know, we don't like him. And they're just, you know, being how you are, you know. We just hate people sometimes because we want to hate them because they're too famous. Who knows why? So Lou gets up and talks and does his thing, tears the paper, tells the jokes, tells the stories. He was wonderful. And at the end of it, when he finally said he was done, the 9 guys at that table with me, they jumped up and they gave him a standing ovation. I said, so now what do you think about Lou Holtz? So I know he's a tremendous speaker. I just wish, why couldn't you had like Joe Theismann here last year and I could follow him? Whoa, there we go. And you're thinking, boy, it's not nice of Phil to pick on Joe Theismann. He's not here. I don't care. To hell with him. He was here a few years ago. See, I haven't heard that he was here a few years ago. So he made that good of an impression on y'all. I've never heard it from one person. So it is good to be here. And, you know, the Lou Holtz thing, I remember we were in a tournament in Lake Tahoe, that celebrity golf thing, and we're playing. And one day he gets done playing, he's talking to him, and he says, I won't imitate him. I can imitate him pretty good. You know, Phil, I can, and I said, what'd you shoot today, Lou? I shot 95. I said, 95? Well, I'm sorry. He goes, yeah, I can't get out of the sand. And I said, you can't get out of the sand? That's the easiest thing in golf. Could you show me? And I said, sure. So we go to this sand trap in the back of the course, I swear. For 3 hours, you can see him. You heard him talk last year, some of you. He's in that sand trap. He doesn't get out of it for 3 hours. He's covered in mud and dirt, and it goes great. It goes great. And I said, boy, you did great, Coach. I got to admit, you really learned. He goes, I'm coachable. And so the next day, we're playing he's one of the guys that tees off early because he's shooting the big numbers. So he plays, and I'm really playing, and all I'm thinking about the whole day, I wonder how Coach did. So the end of the round comes, and I look him up in the tent when it's over. I said, Coach, how'd you do? Oh, I shot 95. And I said, he goes, but I was great out of the sand. I said, okay, well, that's all that's important. So, you know, he's a tremendous guy, and when I heard he was here, it is great. So as I talk today, you know, I'm not a circuit speaker. I'm not like this. I have to make my speech up. I tried to make some of it last night. I tried to think, and I said, well, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. I just go on this. I just have this in my mind always as I get up to talk. Has anybody ever left a dinner, ever, and said, wow, that speaker didn't talk long enough? You know, have you ever done that? Hell no, you haven't. I know. I've sat there for 1,000 of them. You know, they've never not talked. You know, so I'll try to keep it as succinct as I can, and somewhere along the line tell you a few things. As I talk, everything I've learned in sports, it really is truly a carryover in my life. I learned a lot of great lessons as I went along. I'll try to tell you about a few of those lessons and the circumstances they were involved in. And, you know, I know everybody thinks, you know, I have a lot of laughs all the time. And, you know, I think, too, you know, everything's always better when it's over. You know, wasn't high school great? Oh, we loved high school. Oh, it was just great. You know, then you really think about it. Classes were hard. Hell, you had acne. It was just, come on, it was torture. It was rough, and that's the way it is. And you know, pro football, I think back now, yeah, it was just great. Oh, 15 years, we won 2 Super Bowls. And then if I really sit and think, I go, hell, torture's not a good word. You know, it was rough. You know, it was rough being the quarterback for the New York Giants. Come on, everybody knows who Bill Parcells is, right? What do you think of him? Do you think he was easy? Huh? My God, I had cold sores for 8 straight years. Bill Parcells, that big, well, I won't say that. I mean, I told somebody last night, I was telling him, I said, let me tell you about Bill Parcells. When he announced that he was finally going to quit coaching the Giants, I had to go home and check my birth certificate to make sure my first name began with a P and not an F. Ah, that effing Sims. Ah, effing Sims. Hell, that's all I was never Philip. It was effing Sims. Sims. You know, one time I came to the sideline and threw an interception, and it was really a bad one. You know, it was one of those, I don't know why I threw it. I'm throwing it. And I threw it, got intercepted. And I walked to the sideline, you know, he's standing there, feet at 10 and 2. And, you know, I don't even want to look at him because it's kind of in my prime, too. So what's he going to do? He can't bench me, you know, so I know that. So I got a little power. And he goes, Sims, are you watching the same game I'm watching? And I looked at him, you know, and I thought, that's a hell of a line. I just walked by him, you know, what am I going to say? Because, you know, he was brutal. He really was. You know how it goes in a timeout? You ever notice when the quarterback walks to the sideline during the game, there's a timeout, what do you think is said? Well, here's how it went with Bill. I'm really not exaggerating. Ah, damn, you know, and I'd be about 10 feet away, and I'd get ready to say something, because I always had an opinion. You know, I'm the quarterback. I think I know what's going on out there. And he would look at me and point his finger and go, shut the F up. I'll coach, you play, you got it? And, you know, of course, the other quarterbacks and people are standing behind, they're all laughing because they love it because he's picking on me, you know. And he'd say it, and I go, yeah, I think I got that. I understood it. And he'd sit there, and I said, well, what do you want to do, Coach? Oh, Christ, will you tell that overpaid old fat offensive line of ours to block somebody? And could you tell the damn receivers to just catch the damn ball when you throw it? And this, and just, you know, just kills everybody, you know. And then I'm standing there, you know, now the referee's, come on, Phil, you know, I want to go. Hey, Coach, just give me the bad news of the play that you're going to give us so I can go out there and tell the players, you know. Don't you get smart with me. I'll take you out. Yeah, sure you will. Yeah. Put in Jeff Rutledge. Yeah, that'll work well. That'll work real well. But, you know, playing for the Giants for 15 years, it was, of course, it had a lot of great times with it. There's no question. When you win, it's always wonderful. But I don't care who you are, except for maybe Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Brett Favre. If you're the quarterback, come on, the fans are not going to like you. It's just the way it is, you know. And when you win the Super Bowl, they just tolerate you. You know, people said, oh, you won the Super Bowl, now they'll really treat you great. Yeah, it took them to the second game to boo me. It's just the truth. It's a true story. It's not funny. Don't laugh at that. Hell, I'm scarred from that booing. But it really was. I remember going to the games every Sunday at Giant Stadium, drive down there. You know, the hardest thing about going to the damn game was trying to find a parking spot. So I'd go there because I had to park my car. At first I parked it in the players' parking lot, and here's what happens. I park it, I come out, you know, and I had some nice cars. And you know, I'm not a real big car guy, but they were nice. And when I come out after the game, there was always, you know, the key marks, stuff thrown on it. Somebody'd spray paint it every once in a while, and this, and there was always notes, you stink, and oh, okay. So I said, well, I won't do that. So I parked on the other side of the stadium one week after my car got damaged. I parked on the other, you know, no, I walk. I'm there 4.5 hours before the game. I walk back after the game. I thought, okay, it's late. There's nobody left in the parking lot. I come back, crap all over the car. You know, there'd be a note. The big thing was I hated was the eggs, you know, because they were hard to clean off, you know, especially after we lost. Thank God this guy wasn't around after we lost because I was looking for him. But, you know, there'd be and then I'll never forget one time I played really, really well, and I had a new parking spot, and I came out and I went, wow, my car's not damaged. This is great. There's no scratches, there's no confetti or nothing on it. And there was a note on the thing, and there's a little box with I said, wow, a present. This is awesome. And the note, I pick up the note. First I open up the box, it's a little thing of perfume. You know, I thought, oh, somebody left it for my wife, isn't that nice? And the guy, I open up the note and it says, well, you played okay today, Sims, but you still stink. Put this perfume on. So there you go. You want to be a pro quarterback? That's about how it goes. You know, everywhere I go, hey, how do you think Eli Manning's going to do? He's doing great. My God, I wish I could have started my career as well as he has. Who in here, of course, who's a Bills fan? Okay, just about everybody. Giant fans? Yeah, quite a few. How about Jet fans? Oh, a few Jet fans. Oh, that's a shame. It's another great year. No. But, you know, I tell people that, and there were a lot of great memories. I tell this story, too, and it's been said by other quarterbacks. My wife, one time, was taking my children to the game, and she's running a little late. The game starts at 1:05. It's like 1 o'clock. And, of course, my oldest son now, who is a professional football player, he wanted to be there, you know, 2 hours before the game because he had to analyze every one of my throws and warm up. Oh, Dad, you threw great warm-ups. Well, thanks, son. You know, every one was really good. Spirals, it was good. You know, you did really good. And, you know, you go home and have a 6-year-old analyze what you've just done. But, you know, so they're walking up to the stadium, and all of a sudden there's this, you know, this loud noise, kind of not very nice, this little booing, and my son goes to my wife, oh my God, they've started the game. And my wife says, no, relax, they just introduced your father. So, oh well. What are you going to do? You know, Super Bowl was great. Played in the Super Bowl out in Pasadena. It was a wonderful time, of course, because we won. I'm here today because we won. If we'd lost, I would be an assistant coach somewhere, I don't know, in college or pros, and I'd have already been fired a few times from jobs, and it'd have been a different life. But we won, so it was great. I'll tell you, memories of the Super Bowl. I'll just say this one. Standing in the tunnel, waiting to be introduced in Pasadena, the Rose Bowl, beautiful place. I remember looking out in the field, just standing. I always stood in the back, and I just remember going, boy, it looks just like I hoped it would look. It was beautiful, you know, it was perfect. And you literally, I could feel the tension. I said, man, I can almost see it in the air. It was so wonderful. And as I'm standing there kind of enjoying the moment, you know, thinking this is awesome, I look to the next to me, and 2 of my offensive linemen are throwing up everywhere. Roll! And then I look to the other side, and there's a defensive player. He's crying. And as I'm standing there, I'm going, my God, we're going to lose. They're choking to death. You know, and at other moments, as we got up every day to go to practice, and at the Super Bowl, we went to the Rams complex. We'd get on the bus, and you know how it is. Come on, there's a lot of 20-year-old, 25-year-old. At the time, I was 30. Lawrence Taylor was 30, but he acted like he was 15. And they'd all get on the bus, and Lawrence Taylor always sat like the seat behind me, no matter what we did on the bus, the planes. And he comes on, of course, you know a lot about Lawrence Taylor. And Lawrence would get on, and he'd start telling the stories, what went on last night. And, of course, I'm not going to tell you those stories, but they were unbelievable. They were unbelievable. And tears would be in my eyes. I'd just go, that can't be true. He goes, oh, no, it's true. And everything. And all the other guys, his buddies, would get on the bus, and they were telling, and of course you can't help but laugh. And there I am sitting in the room, you know, studying plays. And finally he gets done telling the stories, and I did the same thing. I said, oh my God, Lawrence, come on. You got to straighten up a little. We got this game. We got to win. He goes, Phil, don't worry. The Denver Broncos, they're worse than us. They're out there partying even later. Oh, yeah, that made me feel great. Okay, that was good. But it worked out pretty well. Well, you know, some of the things people always ask me, what's one of your fond moments about being a professional football player and all that? And it's the Super Bowls, of course, they were wonderful. But a memory I'll never forget is my first time I ever played professional football. It was a dream of mine as a kid, just like everybody has those dreams. We want to grow up to be something. Well, I dreamed of just growing up to play sports. I didn't care. Pick a sport. I'll take any of them. Just give me one. That's all I wanted. And it worked out where football was, and I got my first experience in an exhibition game. I got to play the Pittsburgh Steelers in 1979 down in Pittsburgh. And if you think back, some of you are my age, you'll remember, in 1979, the Steelers were on their way to winning their fourth Super Bowl in 6 years. They were the team. The Steel Curtain, Terry Bradshaw, Lynn Swann, John Stallworth, Franco Harris, Rocky Bleier. My gosh, it was a who's who's. I think off that team, like 13 of them are in the Hall of Fame right now. So we're going down to play them, and I never forget, you know, I don't get to play the first half. I'm going to start the second half, and I'm standing on the sideline. They get in their rings that night. This place is packed. It's great. I'm just walking around going, I love it. Because I came from Morehead State, you know, and the only thing I ever looked forward to was going on the road, being the team, the homecoming opponent to the team we were going to, because they thought they'd beat us, and I liked it because there was a crowd. Great, you know, 5,000 people was a big game for Morehead State University to have 5,000 people in the stands. So I'm excited to be there, and I'll never forget, I watched the first half. The Steelers are killing us. It's like 28-0 at halftime. And Terry Bradshaw is throwing it everywhere. And he threw a pass. He's about in the middle of the audience over here. And he throws a pass. I'm on the side, right at me. And I watched Lynn Swann run down and come out. And the ball's coming, and it comes right at me. I step back. Lynn Swann catches it, gets both feet just in bounds, and it's a perfect spiral by Bradshaw. And he catches it, and I went, wow, that was great. What a throw. What a catch. Oh, my God. And as I turned, I turned to say, did you see that? It was Doug Van Horn, a mean, ornery, just nasty, hated life offensive lineman for us. Been in the league 15 years. It's going to be his last year. And he's standing there with a scowl on his face, and he looks at me, and he just goes, shut up. Oh, yeah, I shouldn't cheer for the Steelers. I know, but that was great. Because it was great. Hell, I didn't care. It was just about I'm there. So I watched the first half, 28-0, come out in the second half exhibition game. We all know what happens in the second half of an exhibition game. Both teams substitute. We substitute a whole new offense. I go in to the game with all rookies and free agents. I go in there, I get in the huddle. I call the play. It's, you know, run up the middle. We're going to run it up the middle on two. We break the huddle. I come up the line of scrimmage, and I go, oh, the Steelers didn't substitute. They're all in there. And it's a true story. I can remember it like it was yesterday. I can see their faces, everything. As I walk up to the line of scrimmage, you know, I'm trying to be cool because it's my first time ever. And I get ready to get on the center. And as I get ready to get under, about from me to coach, right here, just a few yards away, there's Jack Lambert. And I'm getting ready to go, it's Jack Lambert. And here's what goes through my head. I go, holy Christ, he's tall. It's like 6'5". I mean, he's so tall, you can't believe it. I'm like, man. And I go, and he's really skinny. I couldn't get over how skinny he was, too. I was like, no, I can't take him. But he was really skinny, and he's barking out the signals to the team. And I go, my God, he's got no teeth. He had no teeth. I mean, none. He's like a big mouthpiece with no teeth. It's like, wow, no wonder they win. They are tough looking. But then I look down to my right as I get ready to get on the center, and I swear to you, I go, that's Mean Joe Green. Holy moly. There's Ernie Holmes, L.C. Greenwood, Jack Ham, Andy Russell, Mel Blount, Donnie Shell. It was everybody. I'm like, as I'm looking around, I go, hell, we should call timeout and get some autographs. It's unbelievable. I'm so excited now. I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm going to call those signals. Hell, I can't remember the signals. I remember going down, said, you know, all the signals. HUD 1, as I said, HUD 1, my right guard, his name was Tim Newton. I can remember him too. I'll never forget him. He fires out, he hits Mean Joe Green. Of course, it's a penalty on us. It's 1st and 15. Come on, guys. We got to do better than that. We get in the huddle. I call the same play, same thing, on 2. We go up the line of scrimmage. Down, set, hut 1. Tim fires out again, hits Mean Joe Green. 1st and 20. Now, of course, you can see Tim is a rookie from North Carolina. That was his last game. I can remember him, too, in the huddle. He was sweating like broadcast news. You know, I mean, the sweat was pouring off of him because, hell, he had to block Mean Joe Green. And as we jump offside the second time, I'll never forget, as I turned to walk back to the huddle, Mean Joe Green says, "Hey, QB." So I stop and kind of look out the corner of my eye, and he goes, "If you guys don't go on the first sound over there, you ain't never going to get a playoff." So it's true. I swear he said it. And we've laughed about it many times, the whole story, because he remembers it now because I hung around the league long enough for him to actually know my name. And so we go on first down. Of course, we get nothing for the next 2 plays. It's 3rd and 22. I'm thinking, okay, 3rd and 22. In all levels of football, the defense plays safe. I've already got it mapped out what I'm going to do. We call a play. I'm going to get the ball, drop back, act like I'm looking down the field, but I don't care if somebody's wide open. I'm not throwing it. I'm going to throw it to that back, swinging out of the backfield. And he's going to catch it. He's going to run for 5 yards, and all the defense of the Steelers is going to kill him. And it's going to be 4th down, and we're going to punt, but I don't care. I'm going to be 1 for 1. I just want to complete my first pass. I mean, that's all. I'm going to complete my first pass. I can't. So I come up the line of scrimmage, get down, and there are 11 Pittsburgh Steelers within 1 inch of the line of scrimmage. I mean, they're all standing just like that. Their helmets are almost touching mine. And I went, oh, my God, they're going to blitz everybody. Somehow, I call an audible. You know, we make the blocks. I throw it down the field. And I go, ooh, I threw a spiral. And Ernest Gray's running down the sideline, and he catches it over Mel Blount for a 42-yard gain. My first play for 42 yards. Oh, my God. I wanted to, you know, I was so excited. It was unbelievable. 1 for 1, 42 yards. Oh, my. I completed. Oh, okay. All right, we get in the huddle. I call another pass play. I hit Al Dixon down the middle for 20-some yards. I'm 2 for 2 for 76 yards against the Pittsburgh Steelers, defending Super Bowl champions. And I swear to you, as I'm walking down the field to get in the huddle after the second completion, I'm going, man, you know, this is easy. This is just like it looks on TV. Hell. You know, and as an athlete growing up, it always bugged me how easy it looked on TV. You know, it really did. I go, God, they make it look easy. How do they do that? Well, I understand. It's TV. All right, it's easy because I'm here. And we run a few plays. It's 3rd down again. Now I'm a veteran. And we're on their 10-yard line. And they're going to blitz us again. I'm at the line of scrimmage. I got a new plan. I'm going to get the ball real quick and throw it to the back this time before the linebacker covers him. All he has to do is make him miss, and he'll run and score. Just got to miss one guy. So it's great. I got it. I'm going to do it. I drop back. We're in Pittsburgh. I throw the ball. As I throw it, bam, they run me over. I see the ball leave my hand. I hit the ground. I hear a cheer. It's not good. We're in Pittsburgh. You know, and then Jack Ham had intercepted that ball that I was throwing to that back and ran 92 yards for a touchdown. It's not funny. It's not funny. And as I was walking on the field, everybody's going, oh, don't worry about it. It was still great. It was great. And I go, hey, I'm not worried. I was 2 for 3. I went 2 for 3. That's the way I looked at it. You know, so it's how you approach it and how you look. And, of course, the game didn't go well. We lost. But, you know, I threw some other passes, hit some big ones and all that. But it was what it meant to me. And I know we've all had those moments with our children or whatever it is, you know, moments, special moments that you think about. The Super Bowl lived up to what I hoped it would be. Of course, mainly because we won. That has everything to do with it. But in that first impression or experience on an NFL field lived up to what I wanted to be too as a kid growing up. And, you know, so that was a great lesson I learned. You know, I learned so many lessons from Bill Parcells. And it's like I said to you, Bill was an overbearing, tough guy. I was going out to practice one day, walking out the locker room door. He's by the door. I don't want to walk by him because, you know, I'm serious. Because I know if I walk by him, he's going to berate me somehow. Because, you know, he's not going to say, hey, you're doing great. He's going to, you know, get on you because he believed like Bill Belichick and other, he believed in fear and intimidation. That's what works in football because it's hard. Nobody really wants to work that hard, and nobody really wants to learn that much. So you get it done by fear and intimidation, and he was, tremendous at it. So he's at the locker, standing at the door, and I'm going, God, I wish he'd leave because I got to get on the field in like 2 minutes. So finally, I got to walk. I got to go by him. And I try to walk by one of the offensive linemen. Maybe he won't see me. Yeah, right. And he sees me. Sims! Oh, hey, coach, didn't see you. There you are, 320 pounds. Yeah, I didn't see you. Oh, hey, coach. Hey, Sims. Hot dang it. Are you going to hit some passes today? Now I'm in shock because the tone of it is so mean. It's beyond belief. And I'm just sitting there. Hot damn, what would you hit yesterday? 4 passes in the whole practice? And he's going, I'll tell you what, I couldn't even sleep last night thinking about you and the way you played yesterday in practice. Hell, I tossed and turned all night long. My wife is going, oh, what's the matter, Bill? And I said, my effing quarterback can't complete a pass. That's what's wrong. Hot dang it, I better get some sleep tonight, Sims. And I finally walk out. Yeah, relax. Go have a good practice. Sure. It was unbelievable. And I remember standing next to the receiver coach. He comes by, Pat Hodson. He looks at me, and I just looked at him like, you say a word, I'll punch you in the face. And Pat kind of laughs. He goes, I'll go tell the receivers it might be coming a little fast today. Yeah, you go tell them, Pat. I might throw one over the head and hit you too while I'm at it. You shut up. But that was Bill. And you learn to take it. I played for that kind of coach my whole life. High school, hell, my high school coach was so tough, it was unbelievable. My college coach, he is the toughest human ever walked on earth. I mean it. And so Bill, I was used to that type of guy, so I can handle him. And he knew I could handle it, so he just made it worse. But I never forget, I'll tell you how pro football goes. You work all week, you play the game, and as a player, especially as a quarterback, you play the game, and you win or lose, all you do when it's over, you think about one thing, the film. And the film is probably watched on a screen about that big, as you're all looking at. And man, I look greasy, but forget that. So you do that, and you sit in like an auditorium, and you watch it. And the coaches have the film. They've got the projector thing in their hand, and it's back and forth, analyzing every step. Why'd you do this? Why? And your butt, it's coming for you when they start circling you with the red laser. When the coach starts circling you, you just sit there and you start sweating. Okay, I'm going to get out of this one. The same old way, I'm going to lie. Just lie about everything. Oh, I thought it was this coach. Oh, I thought he was going to intercept us, so I didn't throw it. You just come up with lies. You're ready. And, of course, they know you're lying. They don't want to hear crap. They just berate you. So we're playing this one Sunday. So you understand the week. We're playing the Detroit Lions, and they're not real good. It's 1988. It's 10-10 at half. So we come in, and it's a storm because we're pretty good. They stink, and it's 10-10. Well, we end up winning the game 38-10. We score 4 touchdowns in the second half. It was probably the best half of football I played in my whole career. And it was awesome. I mean, I'm throwing bombs. I'm running around. I stopped throwing one across the field to Phil McConkey for like 50 yards. It was great. So we're happy. I go home. I feel pretty good. I can enjoy my night. I can have a nice dinner with my wife, and we don't have to sit there and go, oh my God, we're going to get killed in the papers tomorrow. So we're happy. Hey, we won. I played pretty good. Let's enjoy these one of 2 moments we're going to have all year long. And, so we feel good. I wake up the next morning, I start thinking about the film. Monday morning, okay, I hope the film is as good as I hope it is. I don't know. Because the game happens so fast that you just don't know. Now, this is going to, if you're a Giant fan, or just remember this about your quarterback. I can't tell you how many times you throw passes, and you really don't know why, and you don't know who they're to. You just throw it because you've just been trained. You throw it, hope somebody catches it. Oh, he caught it. Hell, that was great. Oh, yeah, Coach, I saw him the whole way. Hell, you see the top of their helmet, something flashes, you just throw it. I don't know why I did it. God dang, it just felt good, And then, so the game's great. We come in, I do all of our stuff, we watch the film. Man, the film, it's not good, it's great. Everything that's perfect. If this guy was covered, somehow saw it, I went to the whatever. Because like I said, it happens so fast, you don't know why you do it. You're just trained to do it. You react because you've been doing it for so long. So it's wonderful. We work out, we do the whole thing. Now it's about 7 o'clock at night. I'm the only person in the locker room. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get done here. I'm going to get dressed, drive home, see my wife. She's a great cook. We're going to eat. We're going to watch Monday Night Football. I'm going to root against both teams. You know, I'm a player. I'm going to root against them both. I hope they just beat the crap out of each other because we might play one of them in a few weeks. So I want them to, I don't care. You know, this is war. And so that's what I'm thinking. So all of a sudden, I'm the only guy there. I hear this shuffling of feet. The shuffling of feet can only be one guy. That's Bill. So I'm up against the locker, a wall. He can't see me. And all of a sudden, he comes shuffling along. And at the time, he smoked. So he walks and he sees me. And he goes, "Hey, boy." And I said, "Oh, hey, Coach. I didn't know you were still here." He goes, "Yeah." And he takes a big, long drag of his cigarette, takes a drink of his coffee. You know what, son? You did okay yesterday. You did okay. And in the moment he said it, as the words were coming out of my mouth, I'm going, "Why are you talking?" And I said, "Oh, come on, Coach. Hell, I was great. I was great. Oh, yeah, you were great, all right, yeah." As it's coming out of my mouth, I'm going, I want it back. And as I say it, he starts shaking his head. And he shakes his head. And, you know, now I'm going, what? Why are you shaking your head? What could have disappointed you about yesterday? Son, disappoints me. It disappoints me to think that my expectations for you are greater than the ones that you have for yourself. Oh, man, it just stick it right in my heart. And as he says it, he walks along, takes the drag of the cigarette. It's like a movie. He goes behind the wall. And I'm sitting there. He had ruined a great week, a great night, everything for me. And I'm really sitting there going, you know, I could run back in that coach's room and just beat him up and nobody would ever know. You know, there's not a lot of things I'm sure of in life, but one of them is I think I can take him in a fight. And I'm like, man, I want to punch him. I'm serious. I was so mad it was unbelievable. It ruined everything. So I'm driving home. You know what I'm thinking as I'm driving home? I'll show him. I'll show Bill that I can do more than I did in that game. Of course, if you're a Giant fan, you realize it wasn't going to get any better. And you know, of course, he knew that too. He knew it wasn't. But he was never going to let anybody get complacent. He wasn't going to let me get complacent because of what I meant to the football team or what he thought I meant to the team. So it was his way of never be satisfied and keep driving and never sit back and go, "Oh, that's as good as it gets." And it was a great lesson. I tell it all the time to people, to kids, you know, to do what you got to do, raise your expectations, and go from there. You know, one time I'm on the practice field. It's a sloppy practice. The offensive line's letting people get around me. They're hitting me, this and that. And he stops practice. And he just stops, and he takes the offensive line, and I'm behind him now. And he is killing them, saying things that you can't believe to these big human beings. And I'm standing behind him, you know, going, "Yeah, get him. Get him, Coach." I'm thinking, yeah, that's it. It's about time they got their butts chewed out, you know, instead of me. And then as he gets done chewing them out, he turns around, looks at me, and he goes, "And it's your fault." Well, of course it is. Well, of course. And I look at him, he goes, "It's your fault." And I go, "Why?" And he goes, "Because these guys used to fear you. They were afraid to let somebody hit you. They knew that you'd get on their butt. But now, no, now you're their little buddy. Pat them on the butt, it's okay. Buy them a little gift, take them out to dinner. Yeah, that's it. Treat them that way, Sims. Yeah, you used to be their leader. Now you're just one of them. You're just a friend. They don't give a crap. They have no respect for you." On, you know, and I'm sitting there, wow, okay, let's finish practice. Driving home again. As you can see, I drove home a lot and did a lot of thinking. And I'm thinking he's right. You know, he was right. I had gotten too close to him. And, you know, anytime you're a father, a businessman that runs a business, you're a boss, you know, there has to be a separation. Yeah, they can like you or a little bit and this and that, but there's always got to be a separation because you got to know who's in charge. And I used to be in charge, and I'd let that get away from me. Why? Because we had success, and I was friends with him. But that isn't what he wanted, you know. He wanted somebody to lead him. He always say, "Sims, I don't need a celebrity quarterback. I need me a battleship commander." Okay, I got you. You know, so it was another great lesson. So lessons I should have used more with my kids. I mean, come on, and who's a stern parent? Raise your hand. Yeah, well, okay. I don't know if I believe you or not. You know, I know I do. You know, in this day and age, you know how it is. And, you know, we look back, and it's our duty. It's my duty as a father. It was my duty as a quarterback, even as I do my job now, to lead when I'm supposed to lead and not let the lines get crossed. So, you know, I think we always got to remember that when we talk about what our role is and whatever situation we're in. You You know, one other time, you know, everybody likes Lawrence. Who thought Lawrence Taylor was a great player? Yeah, of course. He was great. He was great to be around because you never knew what was going to happen. Lawrence Taylor had addictions to drugs. He beat them. And he beat them how? Because he says, I'm just going to play golf every single moment of the sun. And that was his, you know, but Lawrence, he was a strong-willed guy. He could do anything. He was incredible. Great athlete, could play any sport, tremendous basketball player. So he found golf. And we go out to practice during the season. One day we're out in practice. Lawrence, this is our practice field. There's the gate, like the opening of that over there, those doors. Lawrence pulls his car into the gate, all the way in, has the door open. He's in his football equipment, and he has his golf clothes laid out on the seat. And we go out to practice about 1:30. We usually get done about 3:30, and Lawrence has a 4:10 tee time up the street. And I said, what are you doing, Lawrence? He goes, oh, I got a 4:10 tee time up here at the course, Upper Montclair. You know, I said, well, what if practice run long? Oh, I'm playing golf. I don't care, I'm playing golf. Okay. So it was one of those days we practiced, and all the coaches in here, Little League, you know how it goes. And it was one of those not very good, and Bill Parcells, do it again. One of those days, do it again, start it over. You know, you run 10 plays, do them all 10 again. I didn't like the way they looked. So we're having one of those days. And all of a sudden it's 3 o'clock, and we're not even halfway through practice. And Lawrence Taylor, as loud as you can imagine, goes, hey, Bill, I got a 4:10 tee time. I'm going to make it. And, you know, Bill Parcells, you know, now look, nobody could do anything to him because he was the big man. But I don't know if he was bigger than Lawrence. So he had to watch himself with Lawrence, and he goes, oh, that Lawrence, isn't he funny? Yeah. And, you know, now it's 3:15, and it's still not going much fast. Hey, Bill, like the voice of God, I got a 4:10 tee time. I'm going to make it. And Bill, oh, you know, and then now it's 3:30. I hear him say it again really loud. And now, it made me uncomfortable. This is it. And all of a sudden, Bill Parcells looks at the offensive coordinator, Ron Earhart, and goes, come on, Ron, we don't need to run all those stupid plays. Go to the last one. Let's go. Hot damn, we've done those things 100 times. Let's just get on down there to get those last 2. That's all we need. It was a great moment. And, you know, it was great because Bill always picked on us, and here was a time, you know, he had to answer to Lawrence Taylor. So that doesn't happen too often in sports, especially in pro football. So it was awesome, and Lawrence made his tee time. Lawrence, practice is over. He's taking his stuff off and throwing it on the ground as he walks up the thing and walks right over, you know, and puts his golf clothes on, pulls his car off the practice field and goes on. Only Lawrence Taylor could do it. That's why we loved him, man, because he kept everybody in check. You know, it was pretty cool. So it was a lot of fun. A lot of stuff went on there. As I finish up here, as I tell you those stories, things that I've learned, you know, playing football and all that, there's one story. I'm a big reader. I read stuff all the time about sports, relationships, or, you know, whatever. Health, I love it all. I love to learn. Damn, I wish I'd have been that way in college. You know how we always look back? I wish I'd have paid. I just wish I'd have done it. I wish I'd done a lot of things, but I read this story one time, and I tell people this because I believe it to be so true, especially even more as time goes on because of our lives. You know, hell, you know, I walk through airports. It used to be I got recognized all the time in airports. You know, hey, Phil, hey, you know, and take pictures, do this, do that. And, you know, do you think I get bothered anymore? Not much. You know, why don't I get bothered? And nobody has the answer? It's not because they are watching CBS. Don't say. It's because everybody's on their damn cell phone, their text messaging. I mean, come on. It's if you can walk through an airport and not see someone on their cell phone, take a picture of the guy. So, you know, so everybody's got their head down, everybody's doing their thing, and it's become such an impersonal world in a lot of ways. And it's, you know, I understand the good. We're all working to do to help our families and all that, but some of the casual relationships or whatever, the mingling you used to have with people, whoops. I have this effect on people sometimes. Is the time limit up? Is that what it was? It's like the Academy Awards when they play the music, sit your butt down. Oh, well, as they're trying to get it, well, I forgot the story I was telling. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I tell this story. Can everybody hear me? I hope you can. All right. And it's about a father who's a very successful businessman. And he goes to work every day early in the morning. He's up at, you know, it's still dark, goes to work all day, gets home at dark. He has a son who's now a junior in high school. And because he's always gone and working, but his heart's in the right place. So one day he goes to work, and there's a surprise luncheon for him. And they give him an award, they give him a watch, they give him plaques, and they give him a free vacation because he's so good at what he does. And they tell him to take the rest of the day off. So he goes home, he's so happy and feels good about everything. He shows his wife, he wants to share it with her, and he wants to share it with his son. He doesn't spend much time with his son because of his work. And he says to his wife, where is Bill? And he goes, well, Billy's up in his room. He goes, well, I got to show him all this. So he goes up in the room, and there's Billy sitting on his bed. He doesn't look very good. He has a few tears in his eyes, and his father goes, well, I don't know why, but he goes, look, son, watch this. He tells him all about it. And I wanted to come home and share it with you because I know I've neglected you some because I'm too worried about my career and making money, but I wanted to share this with you to tell you how much I love you. And as he says that, his son just starts crying uncontrollably. And he thought, wow, what a strange reaction for a son to have when you're trying to cheer him up. And as he does it, he looks at him and he goes, well, I didn't know this would upset you so much. I didn't mean to upset you. Oh, thank you. And he goes, the son says to his father, it didn't upset me. It makes me happy, Father. It makes me happy that somebody really does care for me in this life and loves me. Because I go to school, I have no friends. I have the worst case of acne you can see, so nobody wants to be around me. I haven't had a date yet in my life. I'm not good enough to make one sports team. I'm failing just about every class because I hate myself so much. And he goes, but now I know somebody loves me. And as he says that, he takes the pillow that's on his bed and he pulls it back, and there's a gun, and it's loaded. He says, I came home today to kill myself because of what I thought, but I realize now there's something to live for, and that's my family and how much you care for me, and things will get better. And of course, as he shows the gun, and his father sees the gun, he, of course, cries and realizes what he has done in his life too. So, I say that. I say it for a lot of reasons. It's good for me to tell it because it makes me sometimes reevaluate myself. I think we all get carried away. And always try to take the time. And in my business, I don't always do it, but I like to take the time to say hi to people. It's amazing. Just saying hi to somebody, saying good job, whatever it is, how it makes somebody feel. And, when I was in athletics, and some of you are coaching your children, it was the greatest moment in my life when my coach would pat me on the back and say, good job. I mean, it was I said, wow, I must be doing great for coach to tell me. It was amazing what it did to me. It's amazing what it does to you as a human, And so it's a little story I say to just remind people that, that we don't have to be so serious about everything we do. We can have a little fun. I try to have a little fun. I need one of those cards. My dad, he lived to be 62 years old. He was an alcoholic. I used to come to the table or get up early in the morning, be 5 o'clock. He'd already be sitting at the table, and he'd be out there reading, how today I will be strong, I will not drink, and all that. He would read it, and I was really proud of him. He didn't drink for the last 10 years of his life. And I said to my wife once, I need one of those cards. It says, be happy. What the hell, there's no reason not to be happy, because we all wake up and we have agendas and want to be mad sometimes. And really, why? Why? I woke up this morning, I was tired. Well, big deal, a little tired. So there's a lot to be happy for, our families, our work, everything about. It's a great life. I will tell you this too. There is a difference between New Jersey and Rochester. The people here, I'm not getting on New Jersey people, so don't, but so friendly. I had such a good time last night meeting everybody, talking to everybody. Today in the autograph line, my God, everybody was nice to me. Nobody got mad when I couldn't personalize it. Those are, I guess I've forgotten what it's like sometimes. And I should take that for granted, but I don't. So you people were wonderful. Last night, I was at the little Black and Blue, yes. And we saw the little tribute today. Jean, where's Jean? Oh, there she is. She's right here. Jean, stand up a second. She's the mother, yes. Well, that's it, Jean. Of course, there's a reason why I made her stand up. Last night we had a great time. We had a couple drinks. I think Jean was hitting on me. I'm not sure. I've been married for a long time, so I've kind of lost that vibe, but I don't know. When somebody stands next to you and takes a picture for 10 minutes, I think there's something to tell. I don't know what but I'm just kidding, Jean. So it was great. It was great seeing you. I want to thank all the people, all you here in Rochester for treating me so nice. You have a wonderful event here, and Good luck to all of you. Thank you.
I saw Jean Jambroni today. The first thing she said to me, I said, "Did you meet Phil Simms?" She says, "I kissed him." So I went up and tried to kiss him, and he decked me. And it was, we want to do the raffle, so don't walk away if you have a raffle ticket, because we're going to draw those right now. My list of prizes here, which is right there. Okay. Do the last one first. Here we go. We're going to do the $50 Red Osier gift certificate. This involves numbers. So when I think numbers, I think somebody from Morehead State University. Could you draw those for me, Phil? We'll just draw one. There you go. If you draw your own, we have witnesses.
That'd be awesome.
There we go. All right, here we go. Yeah, I saw you get hit up for tickets. So if you win, you're going to the Red Osier. You're staying another night in Rochester. 630-720. 630-720. If you're a winner, come on up. Scream it out so I know. Yeah! Oh, you can look at my number. It's Coach Parcells, Phil. All right, here we go. Preferred care package, the carry-on rolling bag with 2 fleece throws, 2 insulated mugs, 2 water bottles, and a car safety set.
You know, it's the truth. I got a message last night that Bill Parcells was going to call me last night. I swear. And I'm not kidding you. I was sweating for hours. Going, hell, did I do something wrong? Oh, it's amazing. It'll never leave me. It's a reflex.
All right, 631-707. 631-707. Yell it out.
Not even close.
Yeah? We got it?
Got it. There
okay.
we go.
We got that. All right. 3 more to go. This is the CBS Sports Cap, autographed by...
Boy, I hope I win that.
Phil Simms, yeah. See that on eBay in a hurry. Here we go. 217-684. 217-684. That's a scream? That is not Coach Parcells. Come on up. Excellent job. All right, and now the Eastview Mall gift package, which includes a gift card, a Champs gift card, a Biaggi's gift card, and 2 Eastview Mall wine glasses. Phil, you could use those Eastview Mall wine glasses. 630-665. All right. No? Yes? Okay. And now the grand prize, 2 round-trip Coach AirTran airfare from Rochester to any domestic AirTran Airways destination. You want to read the number? Come on.
I'll pull 2.
Get rid of the top one. Top
neither
one
one of them are mine.
Okay.
Right.
Top one's
that one. Go ahead. I can't see it.
All right. 227-529. 227-529. We got it? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a round of applause for Phil Simms. That's it, right? Nothing else? Thank you all for coming. Drive safely, and we'll see you next year.